right. Hello, hello, and good afternoon. Team Thrive Nation, what's up, guys? All right, we're going to get started in just a second. Hopefully you guys are loving the interviews that we've been doing this week. I know I have gotten something from every single one of them. You know what? That's one thing when you are spending time with Thrivers, you're just gonna be fed. I mean, it's just what happens. All of you heading to Cabo, you're gonna get golden nuggets in the pool. You're gonna get golden nuggets if you go to this spa with your team. I mean, it's just like things just flow because we talk about what we do, and we talk about introducing Thrive to friends, and we talk about the latest story of the newest Thriver that was our biggest skeptic, and how excited we are for them. You know, sometimes it's, you know, we're continuously growing. Our approach with different people and different personality styles is always different. But yeah, it's just absolutely incredible. And I love the time that I get with my team. That is something, it's so funny. Jennifer Zant actually said something to me the other day. She's not in Cabo because she's going to Oklahoma. Her daughter's auditioning for some universities, and anyway, but she said she gets to meet up with her team, and I'm like, that's the best. Like, literally, if we go somewhere as a family and we don't meet up with our Thrive team, whether it's a local or a lunch or something, my kids are asking me, like, what's up? You know what I mean? Because they know we like to take advantage of that time of being in those areas. So, yes, Brittany said yes, let's keep it positive in Cabo. And you know, I know probably everybody that's going to Cabo is not there. I'll make a post in a little bit, but guys, let's be respectful of the two men that dedicate their heart and soul to this business, that are continuously you know, taking time away from their families so that we can spend time with our families. And basically that means if you can't hold your liquor, which you probably can't anyway, you know, don't spend all day today drinking too much, because tonight is a big night with announcements, which, speaking of, you can have your fun tomorrow or whatever, but you still need to be careful because you are in Mexico. There's my mom advice for the day. Anyway, tonight, you can be watching Jason Camper's page. I'm assuming it was his assistant that posted to be sure and looking there to watch live. So we'll get to watch some of the announcements tonight. I don't know about you guys, but I'm super excited. We have some family stuff going on that kept us from going. I actually had to cancel my flight just the other day. So it's hard for me too, that I can't be in two places at the same time, which I'm going to make a point here. Sometimes there are sometimes people try to say things that are untrue about our company and about our business and about your leadership. And I'm going to be blatantly honest when I say no one has ever been asked to leave their, you know, not put their family first. We put our families first, and I've flat out modeled that for you guys. I don't know if you realize, but I've never actually been on stage at our yearly convention to receive the Millionaire Award, because my daughter is running in the regional track meet during those moments, like legit at the exact same time. I've had to make crazy travel arrangements, but 3 years in a row, I was not on that stage to receive that award because I was with my kid, because it was a really big deal for her. I make it to the convention, but then I hightail it. Sometimes it's in a car, sometimes it's in a plane, and I come right back. But I've modeled that family comes first for you guys, and I'm going to continue modeling that. And your leaders do too. So, you know, sometimes if someone comes at you with something, you might want to be reminded of that and tell them to check themselves, because it's not your leadership or this company that they're talking about. And if they were plugged into what we do here, they would know that beyond a doubt. So Jolene says, that's why we love you. Well, I mean, we just call a spade, but sometimes you just have to throw some things out there. You know, it's amazing to me. Anybody can say anything about anyone at any given time, isn't it? Isn't that crazy how that happens? You know, my goal is to lead with integrity, to take the high road, but I will tell the truth. So thank you guys so much for being on. It looks like we've got some people from Cabo that even hopped on. So yes, Jennifer Bell, check yourself before you wreck yourself. Hey girl, I saw that Megan's going to interview you today at 1:30, so I'm excited about that. Thank you, thank you. Kim says I don't have an option to... I vote myself. Okay, I invite myself. Hang on, Kim. Let me get this over here. All right. Okay, you should be set to where you can invite yourself. So I'm excited about bringing Kim on this morning. This woman is... Her excitement, her passion for this business is contagious. She is smart, and she has spent her life just building people. She's actually spent some time in our military. So Kim, thank you for your service. I'm thinking it was Desert Shield or Desert Storm, one of those that you were a part of. And then worked in corporate America for a long time, where she managed managers. So is obviously in a leadership role, even in corporate America, and has worked with people, you know, throughout her entire career, you know, building people and teaching people to grow themselves. So it looks like she is coming on, so perfect timing. Let's bring her in here. Approve. All right. Bring her in.
Hey.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm like the hot mess express around here, so I apologize.
Well, you know, it was a quick from the gym ponytail thing. I don't know about you guys, but the roots like show through very quickly because my hair grows so daggone fast because of Thrive. Like literally my entire life, well into my 30s, my hair wouldn't grow. Like if I ever cut my hair off, it was just going to be that way for forever because my hair wouldn't grow. And what do you know? I start thriving and my hair grows like crazy. So I don't need to complain about that at all. But I'm getting older, so there's just a little bit more gray that's got to be covered up a little faster, you know.
Now you know why I'm so blonde.
Well, you know, you guys will see that transition start happening soon, I'm sure. Okay, you know I love you, and I'm so glad that you get to be on. And guys, the relationships that you get to build in this business are just incredible. I knew a little bit about Kim before Thrive, but this business has allowed us just to grow in our friendship, and she's incredible and gives great advice. I've even been able to sit at her kitchen counter and drink from a mason jar. It was water in the mason jar. And just have some Kim love in North Dakota. And I'll never forget that trip. That was a good trip for me. And so we love you. We love your consistency that you show in this business. And I know you have literally closed out Q4 for God, how many years? I mean,
I don't even know. But I can tell you what, 20 some years, Q4 was chaos and stress, but the last two, it's been nothing but excitement and fun. And that's a big difference, you know?
Right. Well, and that's something I have to tell you guys. Kim would always say that, and she shares that a lot in her story, is her challenge, you know, the challenges she faced in corporate America far exceed any challenges she's ever, you know, dealt with here. And this business was so fun for her to work in the nooks and crannies of her crazy corporate America week, that it literally just kind of was a passion that took over. I don't know if you guys have heard me say this yet, but when Kim gave her resignation, they didn't even want to accept it when she made the decision to go Lavelle full time. Obviously, she was incredibly valued there. But it was a time in her life where I think she wanted the time freedom. And, you know, now her son's in college, her daughter is newly married, and they just made an announcement there is a baby on the way. So
Crazy.
there is no coincidence in the timing of your time freedom. I know that. And we're crazy excited for your family. So tell us a little about what's on your mind right now. As we're about 80, let's see, we've got probably 85 days left in 2018. We launched the 54321. So 54321, guys, 5 reach outs, 4 follow ups, 3 social media posts, 2 names added, 1 connection with your upline, tracking that on a daily basis, because consistency over time yields results. So that's what we want to talk to you guys about today. We're not going to really talk a whole lot about what the tracker means, because we've been talking about those for the last couple of days. If you missed those, please check into that. But let's talk about what you do now that you've been given some of these tools, the action behind the craziness, yeah. So I'll turn it over to you.
I think the really exciting thing, I love, honestly, like, I'm digging these lives just as much as everybody else is. It doesn't matter if you're, what your rank is. It doesn't matter if you're 0K or 4K or 200K. You always have to be learning, and everybody's styles are different. Some people are humble and kind. Some people have big egos, and the reality is, guys, if you can learn to check your ego at the door here and really absorb what's going on around you, really sit back and appreciate what you have. I think, Mari, what's on my mind so much, I ironically just got a call this morning from a manager who used to report to me in corporate America. And it's funny because I made a post yesterday about not being on this getaway. And, it was the 15th getaway that I've earned. And, in corporate America, you could earn 1 a year. And the playing field wasn't the same, right? And for those of you who don't know, I was in insurance before and travel. And, different regions had different products. Some regions had a lot more products than other regions. So, of course, they're going to hammer out their numbers. My poor team, had to work with one hand tied behind their back because their goals and their numbers that they had to hit were the same, but they did not have all the same tools in the toolbox. They didn't have the same products. They didn't have all those tools. So we had to get creative. We had to figure out how we were going to do it because nobody's going to change our numbers, right? And she called me today, actually, because she saw that post, and I've been bothering her for over 4 years now. Let's be clear, she needs this product. I know what she does for a living, but she just doesn't believe in supplements, so she just doesn't think she needs it. And this is somebody that will tell you that doesn't like GMOs, but she's drinking a big gulp Coca-Cola right in front of you while she's telling you that. All of these things that I could politely point out to her, but I choose not to. And I just smile and nod. And it's so funny to me because I've reached out to her so many days, so many ways. But what really got her was yesterday, Maria, because they were sitting in their Q4 meeting. They literally had numbers changed on them in the 9th hour. So they now have to do 25% more than what they've been working towards this entire year. They got to get it done so that the company hits their goals. This is normal, right? And she called just to say, all right, I'm ready to try this. And oh, by the way, I want to go on these trips. I see you're not in Cabo, but all these people are tagging you and things. So, live your life out loud, guys. People are watching, and she needs this product. She's going to be putting down the Starbucks. She's not going to be getting the Coca-Cola. She is going to be smiling when, well, maybe not completely smiling, but partially smiling when she gets called to meetings like that. But the reality is, right, life is short. Mm-hmm. What do you want to do? Who do you want to spend it with? And Maria, I think the fun thing for us right now is if you can make this last quarter all about activity, right? Get out of your cloud. Stop looking at your back office. Stop seeing if 1 order was placed today or 2 orders were placed today. Honestly, challenge every one of you that are dialing in today. Do not even look at your cloud till Monday. Get through the whole weekend just focusing on activity. And you're going to learn a lot about yourself, right? Because if you can do that and you can only focus on activity and tapping in and getting on calls and hammering things out, think of the raises you can give yourself from now until the rest of the year. And for me, that was what was fun for me, right? I couldn't wait to hear another story. I couldn't wait to dial in and figure out what this was doing for someone. I was excited that, you know, when I look back, I didn't know I felt bad, right? I was just normal. It was normal for me to be stressed out, strung out, running on empty and snippy and snappy and stopping at Starbucks and drinking Diet Coke in the afternoon to get through my day, to board an airplane. Um, you know, I look back on it all now and I think about the people that you need to approach. Think about those people that don't realize they need this product. I didn't realize I needed this product. I didn't know I could feel this good. I thought it was normal to wake up 10 times during the middle of the night, right? Mm-hmm. So the other big thing, Maria, is I think if people just close their eyes and jump, you know, it's a lot less scary to just jump off the high dive. If you're standing at the top of the high dive, guys, and you're looking in the deep end, right? Your eyes are looking at the bottom of the pool. That's why it's so scary to jump. But if you just walk right off the end, it's not that scary because you're not looking at all of this stuff. So take each and everything. I don't know. I just look at this. We've got 12 more Tuesdays this year, right? So all of you that you know, maybe are watching the replay later or what have you, does your job, does your cubicle job, maybe you do something that you 100% love. I used to, I loved it. I wasn't looking for an opportunity to leave corporate America. It just kind of happened. But at the end of the day, does it bring you joy? You know, is Sally in the cubicle across from you crabby or what's going on there? But at the end of the day, I can tell you this. I bet they don't pull you in every Tuesday or every Friday. You probably get paid every other week, right? Some people get paid once a month. You've got a whole lot of stuff that comes out of your check. At the end of the day, what if you amped up your activity with all of these tips and tricks that you've been given? You get out of the cloud, you worry about yourself, you worry about the people on your team that want more. What if you could give yourself a raise next Tuesday and the following Tuesday and the following Tuesday? Your job doesn't do that, you know. Maria, you and I talk about this. Like, I've had to sit in meetings before and tell people, I'm sorry. You had an excellent performance review. You are the best employee here, but you don't get a raise this year because the budget's tapped. Those are hard conversations, you know. I don't know. I have so much on my mind.
I know.
I'm just excited.
Well, I know. Well, and the thing that comes to my mind is guys, is the majority of all of us, this is additional income. You know, like for me, when I started as a Thriver, this was an additional way. I mean, literally, guys, and I know we have so many new people. If you don't know my story, I was a customer first. I said I was not going to promote. Well, what do you know? Thrive did for me what it's done for all of you. And I'm like, holy moly, I'm not going to be able to keep my mouth shut about this. And then very quickly that moved into, okay, wait, are you serious? Like I can earn $660 like next week and then I can double down on that. And so that initial bonus paired, you know, the opportunity to earn over $1,000 right out of the gate in my first 2 weeks, paired with, I know so many people that need this. It just was a no-brainer for me because my job was in speech pathology. I was not a salaried employee. I was paid per visit, okay? So the only way I could ever make additional money as a speech pathologist would be to take on more patients, right? Which meant I was working more hours. My childcare was limited. The twins were only 3. Older kids were in school, but the twins were only 3. So if I took on more patients to make more money, okay, for Christmas, that meant I had to either go see patients in the evening or I had to go see them on Saturday or Sunday. And that was my family time, right? And so this to me seems so much easier just to pick up the phone, to send a text message, to create an account, to show them a video, to invite them to a Lavelle live call. You know, that was so much easier for me than it was to do all that other stuff, you know? So it became a no-brainer. And the thing is that most of us, this is, and especially when you launch your business, it's just additional income. Most people don't come in here going, oh, I need to replace a whole income. You know what I mean? It's additional. So work it that way as your additional. Another challenge I've thrown out to you guys every day on these lives is, you know, we're 12 more Tuesdays. So that means what? Probably 11 more before Christmas. Most of us probably have our Christmas shopping done mid-December. So 10 more. Guys, that right there pays for your family's Christmas. This is no, you're a thriver now. This is no put Christmas on a credit card. No, this is you work your business and you use your weekly rewards. Let this be your first debt-free Christmas. And then shout that out loud and proud. You guys saw me introduce my sister-in-law the other day as a Lavelle millionaire. Do you know when she joined me? Do you know when she said yes? It was on Black Friday. It was the Friday after Thanksgiving. We were together and we were shopping, and she knew that everything that I was buying was my extra money, and it was all paid for with Lavelle. And so that right there, it was right in front of her. She knew. And so she took that leap of faith and trusted me. And what do you know? We shout her out. I mean, she just turned 30 years old and has already earned $1 million in commissions with this company. So, you know, paint that picture vividly clear. It's not about talking to somebody about becoming a millionaire. No, it's about talking about somebody about feeling like $1 million, having good sleep at night, you know, not having the discomforts that they have, having just the motivation to do what they need to do in a day. I swear there's a dose of motivation in those capsules, right? Getting their product for free, and then you having an opportunity to share something amazing with people and actually get paid for it. I love some of the posts that we're seeing from these thrivers that are already arrived in Cabo. They're like, all I did was fall in love with a product. I get paid to promote this thing, and the company will send me on 3 trips a year. And they're not shabby trips, guys. I mean, they're amazing. And I can't even tell you how many thrivers we've had throughout the years that lifestyle getaway they earned here was the very first time they'd ever been on an airplane. I can't tell you how many thrivers we have that they didn't even get to take a honeymoon because they are so broke, but yet their lifestyle getaway, that was like their first like getaway with their spouse. You know what I mean? And it's the company paying you to share what you love with other people. But the more consistent you are in throwing that net wide, the more growth you're going to see. Here's what I'm going to tell you guys. If you only talk to 2 people in a month about Thrive, you are going to be discouraged because the odds are neither one of them are going to thrive with you. But if you take 5 reach outs a day, so if you reached out, just your reach outs, guys, that's just working on a relationship with somebody that's not thriving. Okay. So that's literally 35 attempts at just building a relationship with somebody so they can see that they can trust you, that like they're probably going to know they're on your radar to thrive with them, but that's okay. What about your follow-ups? 28 attempts to follow up with somebody, you know, to just give them a little bit more information. So that's why this consistency is so important, because, you know, if you're only doing a little bit, you're going to be defeated and discouraged all the time. Your productivity is what leads you to feeling empowered and seeing results. Kim, I know you have been doing some incredible things as far as just taking care of you and your fitness journey. And I know like Orange Theory was your thing, but then you just added in some weight training and stuff. So talk to us a little bit about that. Because I know that there's been some things that you've learned through that journey that you're like, this is so relatable to this business.
It's funny because I'm in my office right now, and you know, what did I learn about this business? I learned when I got to the point where I could do this full time, I have to come in my office, right? I have a laptop. I can go sit on my couch. I mean, it's 42 degrees here today. You know, I could sit in front of my fire, but here's the reality. I'll get lazy. I won't work. I have to come into my office and go to work. And I'm giggling about that because I'm looking at my vision board in the background. And Orange Theory is actually on here. Feel fit by my birthday. Stay committed to 3 times a week. Guys, now I go 5 times a week, and it's not, I mean, I like it. I like the people, all of that's great. But I want definition. I want muscles. I don't know where this next trip's going to be in February, but I want to feel rock solid, you know? So, it's funny how you can relate all of this to business, right? So I didn't know what I was doing when I went to Orange Theory. I didn't want to think about it. I didn't want to know what was going to happen. I walked in the door. I trusted the fact that that's what they're getting paid for, and I'm going to do what they tell me to do. It's the same thing with this. You've got the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 staring you in the face. It's already been spelled out. Don't reinvent the wheel. Don't try to figure out how you should do it different or that you could do it better. Just do it. Just stop thinking about it and doing it. And, here's the other reality, right? Orange Theory was good for me because I literally went, you guys, from the couch to Orange Theory. I mean, it was, I did. Exercise to me was stilettos sprinting through the airport, and now it's like, oh my Lord, my feet can't handle stilettos anymore because I'm a flip-flop CEO. So like, think about just the little weird things that can change for you. But, then I decided, okay, you know what? I want to get muscles, and Orange Theory is great, but if you know anything about it, it's more HIIT. So yes, there's weight room time, but it's not slow and controlled movements to develop muscles. It's more for, toning and tightening. So then what did I do? I got a personal trainer because I don't know what the heck to do in the weight room. It's probably been 20, 30 years since I walked in a weight room, right? So I get in and I hire a trainer. So the trainer and I are working out. She doesn't thrive with me yet. She thinks it's silly. She used to manage Complete Nutrition. So of course she's going to think like that. So could I get annoyed and think, well, I'm not going to keep paying you because you don't want to do what I'm doing? People do that, you guys. That's reality. I don't care because I don't think like that. She's going to do this with me. I don't know when, but it's going to happen. And when she starts to see that my muscles are developing and that I'm lifting harder weights and that I'm hitting these PRs, and my Lord, now we're going to have Thrive Fit come out. What is that going to do for us? Mm-hmm. The proof is going to be in the pudding because this is the person that's helping me develop that skill, right? You're on Team Thrive Nation right now. This, guys, you all have these skills, right? The only thing you don't have is the mentality, the drive, or the ambition to get it done. So if you can just work on those things and stop worrying about who, where, why, how, all of that part's already been done for you. You just got to go for it. And, today, Mari, it was so funny because I knew what a deadlift was, but I didn't know how to do proper form or any of that a couple months ago when we started lifting, right? And so today, we got through, we lifted back and then we went to deadlifts last, and she's like, okay, let's just see how much you can do now. We haven't done that in probably 6 weeks or whatever. And I was like, okay. I was tired. My body hurt, but I could see out of the corner of my eye that this beast that always is there when I'm there with my trainer is just going to town. I mean, you guys, this guy is huge. Like, you talk about a Thrive story. I can already see this guy's story on the fan page, but I've never talked to him about Thrive yet, right? So I thought, well, you're amp it up a bit. So, I mean, it was heavy, don't get me wrong, but she added more weight, and I thought, all right, well, if I can just do 3 of these. The funny thing is, she was only expecting me to do 1 and wasn't even trying to get through with 1. But I was so jacked up over here because I made it fun, right? I wasn't scared. And, I'm pretty excited to say I PR'd a deadlift at 175 today. Like 3 months ago, I didn't even know how to, do a deadlift with proper form with just the bar. Yeah. But what happened, right? I kind of chit chat with him when I'm in there, when I come or go or whatever, and I tease him. That's just my personality. I'm a people person. I want to get to know people. I'm paying attention to my surroundings, and so much is going on around you guys, no matter where you're at all the time. And you know what? When I dropped that weight and I looked at her and she's like, Kim, I only wanted you to do 1. I can't believe you did 3. And she was so excited. He literally dropped what he was doing and came over to high five me because he was blown away. Now, have I gone there about Thrive? No. Will I? Yes. The only reason I haven't, you guys, is the opportunity hasn't arose, right? Mm-hmm. So probably next week when I see him drinking his pre-workout or his BCAA drink, or when Thrive Fit launches and we get more information, that's when I'm going to approach it. Right. That's when I'm going to mix up my little whatever we've got coming at us while I'm at the gym and let him pay attention to what I'm doing. People are nosy. right? They
Yeah.
want to know what you're doing, but you got to be really good at paying attention to your surroundings too. And I don't know, Maria. I'm just having fun. Like at the end of the day, we look at this 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. My routine, guys. Let's be honest. I don't have little kids at home anymore. I don't have to get them up to get them on the bus. I don't have to, make sure they've got a nice warm breakfast and I go through their homework at night with them and all of those things are done. I'm past that point in my life, right? But I feel like for me, I've been doing this almost 5 years. I better start looking the part. I got to start making people feel like these products work and look at her transformation, what's going on. They don't need to know that I'm spending all this time and energy and, doing a multiple of different things, right? Let them think it was the magic in the product. That's okay. But the reality is the magic in the product is what got me out of bed.
Is what got you there.
Button,
Yeah.
and the excitement of building this business is what still gets me up early. I could go to Orange Theory anytime during the day. I choose to go at 7:30 because I have to leave my house at 7. My alarm goes off at 6 and I hammer out my reach outs, my follow-ups, and I do those things still to this day before I go to the gym. And I got to get up and go to the gym because it's good for my personality to get up and get moving and get someplace. It's one thing, guys, when you have habits and you formulated them, if you could tweak them, I can't even tell you what can happen for you. This whole get up a little earlier and get some stuff done, have me time. Once your day takes over, you can get lost in it, right? But if you do it before you even get out of bed, you roll over, you take your capsules, you've got 10 minutes right there before those things are going to kick in and you should even get out of bed, right? So why not hammer out some of these things? That way, if you had intention of doing it at 4 or 5 and something came up, you're not feeling bad about yourself. That way, if you had intention of doing it at 4 or 5, but my gosh, you got up and you changed your routine a little bit, why don't you do it again at 4 or 5? Why don't you double your efforts and see what happens? So I don't know, Maria, I think so many people just get so worried about what's in their cloud and what's going on that they stop paying attention to everything going on around them. And, guys, when you talk about, the reach outs, right? Or you talk about social media or some of those things, to me, in my head, that was a reach out today. It was a reach out that he came over and high-fived me because I'm establishing a relationship with him, right? So these reach outs don't have to just be thrive down your throat. People want to know what's going on in your life. They want to watch what's happening. And, Maria, I can remember, when I started this, Sheila reached out to me 9 or 10 times, but the difference is it was 9 or 10 times in a 3-week period, a 3-year period, the difference is, guys, the first thing she told me to do is like that fan page. Guess what? I did. I had 2 friends in common in that fan page, Maria and Sheila. I would go back. I would, steal my own time on the way to work, on the way home from work, on a lunch break or whatever. I was making calls. I was dialing in. I'm not that leader that thinks, oh, if you didn't get on, too bad for you. I'm not recording it. I don't like that mentality because I literally look forward to listening to these things on my way to work and my way home from work. I couldn't soak it up enough. And now, the fun part, guys, is when it's no longer about you and when it's about other people and letting them maybe figure out along their journey what they want and where they want to be, that's when the real fun happens, right? It's not like what Maria Dillard does today and her accomplishment. She's going to get it done. That's who she is. She's a forward thinker, right? Kim Collins is going to get it done. I mean, I've already got it done a couple of times today, and that's fine. Like, I have the time freedom to do that, right? But don't lose sight. Don't be that person that dialed in today and thinks, well, you guys probably know a lot of people and you're really outgoing and there's only 10 people that live in my town. And, my family said no, because I'll tell you something. I didn't have any time. I mean, a lot of times I had 80-hour work weeks and I stole my time. If I was walking down the hall to the bathroom, you bet I was sending out a message or I was checking a message. If somebody bailed on a meeting or canceled a meeting, you bet I was figuring out who I was going to call when I got off of work. You're dialing in, you're doing it. And guys, I'll tell you something. It took my mom my own mom, okay, little over 4 years before she would even take this product. And that's after watching her daughter leave corporate America, you know, be featured in a magazine. Like there was still not enough validation for her until she started, seeing some of these stories herself. But guess what? She got herself on Facebook. She started looking at that fan page. And if you don't think that's powerful, you guys, when I couldn't sleep and I was laying in bed in a hotel room and I knew for a fact Mari and Sheila were my only two friends that liked that fan page. And a week later, now I can see, oh, well, Brittany Beneke likes the fan page. Oh, well, what the heck? Molly likes the fan page. The people we all traveled, with in a past life, you guys, for a different business, I'm starting to see now I have 10 friends that like the fan page and I have 11. Well, maybe there's something going on here. Am I going to miss out on something? I was reading those stories when I couldn't sleep. Now, here's the difference. Do you think I was going to tell Sheila that I was loving these stories on the fan page? Heck no. She would have reached out to me 25 times and told me, you need to order this, right? So I've probably just babbled a lot, but my brain is going in so many places because I think so many people, they limit themselves, Maria, before they give themselves ample opportunity to really create something bigger. So I'll turn it back to you.
I absolutely love that. And the key point that well, you made a lot of key points. I've got some notes, but one of the things that you just said was you saw your other friends liking that Facebook page too. And guys, one of the very first things that was in the very first Thrive Experience video that we had, which we've come a long way. It's narrowed down. It's a little shorter. It used to be like 7 or 8 minutes long. I don't know how we kept people's attention that long, but it said your friends are going to hear about this. They might as well hear about it from you. I'm telling you right now, if you're not sharing with them, someone else will. And it may not be tomorrow, but it's going to be next week, next month. You know what I mean? There's so many people. I heard from somebody the other day that they said that their mom got mad, or somebody on their team, the mom got mad because her son joined someone else's team, but her son didn't even know mama was thriving. I mean, good grief. You have to let people know that you're thriving. You also have to share what it's done for you. As far as, it's kind of like we just have a lot of side effects to the whole Thrive experience, and they're good, positive lifestyle change side effects. Kim didn't go to the gym before Thrive. Therefore, that's a difference maker. Her friends are seeing that. I can't tell you how many stories I've heard where somebody says, I saw her out there playing with her kids. She never posted pictures like that. I saw her go run, a 5K. I saw her, go do that. I saw him doing this. I saw this grandpa doing that. He's playing golf again. He hasn't played golf in a while because his shoulders bothered him so much. You see what I'm saying? People know kind of your story. So your story changes, and it's not necessarily a direct, but it's kind of an indirect as a result of that dose of motivation you get in the morning when you take those 2 capsules on an empty stomach, that Life Stomachs and the DFT. When you're sleeping good at night, you're just, things happen different for you during the day. When you have the energy to do something during the day, your day's a little different. So show that, and give credit where credit is due. I mean, Kim knows, without Thrive, she probably wouldn't be on this journey that she's on, right? So she gives credit where credit is due, right? Yes, she's put the work with it. We all have. We've put work with, with Thrive. Thrive works a whole lot better when we give it something to work with, but that is something that has to be shown. That's why we say live the Thrive life loud and proud. Look at people want to know what you're doing. They want what you have. Just like Kim's friend wants those trips. Like maybe she just wants to qualify for 1 trip a year. 1 trip a year is better than no trips a year, right? They want what she has. So that's something that we've been really encouraging you guys to do, is share what this has done for you. You want that person thinking, what the heck is Jilly doing now? Like, she just had this new baby. She's just gone back to work. She's a teacher. And yet she is smiling and grinning with her kids after school at the park. Like, what the heck? I need some of that. That's what we want. And so we have to keep sharing this and inviting them to thrive with us. But we can't just count on their posts, okay? Your posts to be seen. You have to invite people to thrive with you. That's why the reach outs and the follow-ups are so important. Hey, I don't know if you saw my post that I made today, but I'm telling you right now, this has just been a game changer for me. And I know, last month when I talked to you, or last year when I talked to you and created that account for you, you weren't ready. That, man, I mean, what are your thoughts now? Because this is incredible. Little things like that, continuing to reach out, and it rolls off your tongue just as quickly as, hey, did you ever go check out that nail salon that I told you about? You need to go get a pedicure there. You know what I mean? Because you believe in it, right? Except, good gosh, we believe in this way more than the pedicure place. Wouldn't we all agree? Let's see. Last quarter, all about activity. Guys, you have to put your blinders on. I had somebody at our leader retreat ask me, she said, who are your sidelines? I said, I don't know. Because I'm going to tell you, when I came into this business, guys, I wasn't worried about what everybody else was doing. I didn't have time for that. I didn't have time to watch other thrivers and see when they hit this or when they hit that or what this or what that. No, I had blinders on. I was following what Paul and Jason were saying, and Tony, who taught me how to work this business. Paul Gravett, Jason Camper, Tony Strackman, like blinders on. And that's where my focus was. And then working with my team. Okay. So don't get so caught up in, let me just tell you guys, there are 80 Ks in this company that make more than 200 Ks. There are 12 Ks that probably make more than an 80K. A rank does not determine your paycheck. Okay. So that's why it's so fun for us to know, okay, what, 10 more Tuesdays till Christmas? What can you personally do? How many new people can you get thriving with you, right? How many of those people can you really encourage to go get their product for free to refer to? Because then that one person now turns into 3 new thrivers on your team. How many people are you going to make sure that they understand the difference between a customer and a promoter? Because the only difference is you talk about this stuff as a promoter, you get paid. So when you're sharing Thrive with people and they're ready to finally thrive with you, make sure you're giving them that option, because maybe they are like, wait, hold on. It doesn't cost me anymore. Why would I order as a customer when I can order as a promoter? This is a no-brainer for me. Here's the deal, guys. I refused to be a promoter. Didn't want anything to do with that. I'm going to order as a customer, Tony. I just want to feel better. I can't join your business. That changed. That's called eating crow. Like,
okay, you want to know what's so funny about that though?
Yeah.
I refused to promote this product, but I ordered the 400 pack because it was a better deal.
I mean, you never know. And here's the thing. I hope in kind of just seeing where Kim and I were, like, you're like, Sheila reached out to me 9 to 10 times. I don't even know how many times Tony reached out to me, but I know it was over a period of 9 months. What if you stick with someone and that person that is telling you no falls in love with this just as much as I did, or just as much as Kim did? You know what I mean? So that's why your consistency is important. Figure out, what is it? What do you want to do? Are you wanting to do something special for your kids? Are you wanting to buy a new tree? Are you wanting to do lights outside and freaking Griswold out your house like I do and not worry about the electric bill? I mean, is that your goal? Are you wanting to take your kids on a Christmas vacation? Are you wanting to eliminate debt? Are you needing to replace, do you normally work a seasonal job, or does your husband take on a seasonal job to even pay for Christmas? And you say, no, I've got this. We've got 10 weeks. I'm in. I've got this. I talked to another promoter this morning. She just had a new baby. Her husband's been home with her. He left this morning to be gone for 2 weeks. And she's like, I have to work this harder because this was not good. Her why now is to bring her husband home to a job. So maybe that means her husband has to take a little bit of a pay cut to work here, right? But that's okay, because her Thrive business is going to bridge that gap, guys. What do you want? That's what makes us run. And everybody's want is different. Jennifer says, I need a new car. Jennifer, how quickly can we get you to 12K? How quickly can we get you to 12K? You may not want a luxury vehicle, but you know what? You can get something that Lavelle pays you $300 a month for. Or you may say, dude, I'm not stopping at 12K. I'm going to 40K, 80K, and I'm going for the luxury vehicle. Whatever it may be, you've got to figure out what you want, and you have to believe in it enough. And you have to understand, guys, anything we want in life, it's not going to be given to us. We have to work for it. But I'm telling you, the work you do here is nothing compared to what you would have to do elsewhere. You know, so many times I've encouraged people that maybe get discouraged at their paycheck, you know, because we do. I mean, guys, this is a business. Like, there are ebbs and flow. You know, week 1 paycheck is high, week 2 bottoms out. You know, week 3 is like, whoa, where'd that one go? And then week 4, I mean, it's always ebb and flow. Some months are higher than others. You know, if people stock up on product, guess what? They don't order for 2 or 3 months. You know, so
Right.
it's an ebb and flow in the business. And there's been conversations where I tell people, I'm like, will you do me a favor, and will you just please log into your cloud office and go to your commission summary? And will you look at how much you've made with this company since you said yes? And will you figure out how many hours you would have to put into your JOB to make that amount of money? All of this we're making from our phone. We're making on the go. There's people freaking sitting in Cabo right now that are reaching out to people. They're posting about their life, and guess what? They're attraction marketing. Like, everybody else is at home and they want to be there. They want that opportunity. Why do you think Lavelle awards us with 3 trips a year?
They're smart.
They
Oh,
are
they're
so
smart.
freaking smart.
They are.
They are. Tammy said, I'm tired of working my tail off for a corporation with a raise once a year. I'm better than that. Yes, you are. Now, Tammy, don't go quit your job tomorrow. You work your Lavelle business, okay? That's one thing. We don't ever say go quit your job, guys. You know, Paul says don't quit it until you're making twice. I think I say 3 times as much. You know, use this to create options for you, to develop a plan, to eliminate debt, and work it with all you got. Have a blast doing it. Working it with all you got doesn't mean 12-hour days, guys. It means intentional time. Intentional time. Be intentional with your time. So, yes, so thankful. It's such a blessing that I earned for helping others feel good. And that's, at the end of the day, it's really what it's all about. So, Kim, thank you. Any last closing thoughts?
You know, I think at the end of the day, guys, your why is going to change over time, right? Your ambition is going to come and go. But what never changes? You wake up in the morning and you take those 3 little steps. So maybe you just joined yesterday and your only goal is to thrive for free. Then amp your activity. You know, when I look back on this whole thing, Maria, I can't even honestly wrap my arms around what has changed for our family. Better yet, what you watch other people, like what has changed for them. You know what I mean? Just having an extra $100 for a week so they could go on date night and not be so stressed out and have both people, you know, the husband and the wife thriving for free. That is their Mount Everest, right?
Yeah.
You don't know what's going on behind closed doors, guys. So don't judge what you think's happening. Everyone you know needs this product. But at the end of the day, if you stop making it about where your numbers are at and what rank you're at and where you want to get, and you check that ego at the door, I can promise you some amazing things happen here. And don't live your life looking in the rearview mirror. You got to look out the windshield. So if you didn't do your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 yesterday, that should be left in yesterday. And today, if you're smart and you want a different way of life, you're going to do it twice, right? You're going to do it before you go to bed. Or maybe you're going out for dinner. It's Friday night. Saturday, you're going to maybe, I don't know, be at the baseball field or whatever it is. Don't be afraid to reach out to someone. And I'm not saying, hey, you know, I'm a thriver. You should thrive. Do you want to know what this patch is? I'm not saying doing that. Guys, start small. If you're somebody that sits at the ballpark and you're just staring at your phone, look up, smile, talk to the person next to you, you know, shake their hand a little harder in church on Sunday, whatever it is. People need you. And at the end of the day, we all know this product works, but you got to sell yourself to someone before they're going to buy the product from you. So thanks for having me on, Maria. Always so much fun. You know how much I love you. I can't even imagine like not checking these things off the list. I'm staring at Bora Bora right now with rain coming down, thinking I should probably make that one happen.
Make that one happen.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So stay tuned for announcements tonight. We're all going to be stalking Jason Camper's public figure page for the live announcements. Please tag your teams. Make sure that they're getting these videos. We moved some of the other videos over to the YouTube channel. We have them there. I know we're getting a lot of information out, but, you know, we're trying to be just as consistent with just letting you hear from people that have been where you are. And we just share our journey with you guys, you know, just as much as you guys are being consistent with what you're doing. So it's a team effort, but we're all just moving in the same direction together, which tells me incredible things are going to be happening. So love you guys. Thank you again for staying on, and thanks again. Bye, guys. Bye, Kim.
Bye.